everyone, and welcome to episode 68 of United City Randomiser. Well, season 7 is going remarkably well. The last time we were together, I think, was at the Dynamo Kiev game where we got a decent 3-0 win in the Europa League group stage. Since then, we've had 2 Bundesliga wins, followed by a Europa League win, followed by another Bundesliga win. Very, very convincing scorelines. Very happy with the way that we've played. We've had an opportunity to rotate the side around, and today we get another opportunity to do that. We're playing our second string 11, give you an opportunity to see them play against Darmstadt in the German Cup. Darmstadt currently are 10th. Is that 10th? No, 16th in Bundesliga 2, I think it is. Let's go and check in with my eyesight. 16th, yep, there they are in the relegation spots of Bundesliga 2, which is why we're playing our second 11. Our second 11 cope very well with some of the lesser teams in the Bundesliga, let alone outside of that. So I'm still expecting a very dominant display today. But the good run in form means that we're sitting very comfortably at the top of the Bundesliga. We've got a couple of teams in close contention with us in Dortmund and Bayer Leverkusen. You can see that Bayern Munich dropped right off the pace this season so far. So it'll be interesting to see how they do in the second half of the season as we progress. In terms of the Euro Cup, or the Europa League as it is, we're 3 games in. We're in a very, very healthy position. I would suggest that we should comfortably qualify for the next round of the Europa League, which is really positive. As you see, today we're in the second round of the Cup. Hopefully we'll get a decent win here. And the one blip on our season really was the loss against Bayern Munich in early days in the Super Cup, but we don't talk about that, even though I just did. But yeah, everything's really good. I mean, we have got a couple of injuries picked up in the last couple of games. Both Maya and Horacio are both out for anywhere between sort of 8 days and 4 weeks collectively. But neither of them would have featured today anyway, so that's not too bad for today. And you can see that the upcoming games, we've got a game against Mainz in the Bundesliga, who are sitting 13th, so that's a decent opposition to have. And then Utrecht, we've played them recently in the Europa League and beat them away from home, so we have the return leg in the group stage at home, so I'm hopeful for that before we play a really much tougher game against Borussia Mönchengladbach. And then the next episode that we have will be against Bayern Munich. I would suggest by the time we get to play them, they might have upped their form slightly and be a bit more tricky than maybe they're looking at the moment. But they're always hard to play, aren't they? So that's for next episode. For today's episode, as I say, we're going to be playing our second string 11. I say second string. I mean, if we go into the main squad page, you can see everybody's been playing and everybody's contributing to the season. So it's not that they're coming in cold or anything. I have played them quite a lot. It's the way that I choose to set up my squad after a couple of seasons in playing Football Manager. I try to get to the point where I've got a squad that can all play and rotate round. Not that they're all as good as the first team, but they're not bad. So yeah, today we're going to play the team of Ganso in goal, Klunter at right back, DiMarco at left back, Adelworth and Gimba in central defence, Saiki as the deep-lying playmaker, Stefano as the support central midfielder, Mount as the attacking Metzala, Schweiger on the right, Wilson on the left, and Votava up front. And the bench has got Denilson, Breyer, Lenhoff, Bischler, Gundogdu, Abando and Procella on it. So that's the team for today. Decent opportunity to get a good performance out of them against some slightly lesser opposition. So let's get into today's game and see what happens. So I've simply said assertively to the players, I fully expect you to keep our run going and win this match. It didn't get quite the ooh-ha kind of response I was hoping for a little bit from the second string 11, but they all listened, and well, some of them listened, some of them didn't. And we'll see what impact that has on the game. So we go in, we're obviously at home, and we'll see who gets kickoff in the first half, and it's us. So we get an opportunity to stamp our way of play on the game early on and keep possession, I hope, and get some opportunities. Here's Mount on the free kick. I think he's kicked it the wrong way. Mount is supposed to go the other way. But eventually we build it up again down the right-hand side after a very odd free kick. And Stefano finds Mount again out wide left. Where's he going to go this time? This time he crosses in, and Votava with the header, and it bounces off the top of the crossbar. Decent opportunity in the end for Votava. Unfortunately, it got hit the woodwork. But what a very odd free kick from Mount that was, going in completely the opposite direction when there was perfect opportunity to put a decent ball into the penalty box. But there you go. We managed to build up an opportunity from it, so I can't complain too much. Here's an opportunity for them down their left-hand side off a free kick, I think it was, just to build up some play, which they're doing, and they're maintaining possession by going backwards a little bit. I would like to suggest that we're sort of pushing them back, but maybe it's just a style of play that they choose to implement anyway. They've kept the ball well, still on the left-hand side, and now he cuts in slightly, has a very long shot, and that had me worried a little bit for a second there, but Ganso eventually clutches onto the ball and keeps it. Mount again with the free kick on wide right, and eventually it comes in, and Wilson, after a little bit of pinball in the penalty box, eventually offside. I thought there might have been, which is why I was a little bit hesitant, but I was hoping that there wouldn't be. But yeah, Wilson offside on that occasion. But again, another opportunity off a decent free kick from Mount. This time he decided to put it into the box, and we get another opportunity from it. So the goal is coming, I would hope. Mount with a decent challenge there, wins the ball, gives it to Wilson, who drives at the defence and puts a lovely ball across to Schweiger, who first time on the volley puts a brilliant shot across goal, but it just hits the post, and that's the second time that we've hit the woodwork, and it's not quite going for us at the moment, but I'm still hopeful that we're getting the opportunities and eventually the goal will come. You can see in terms of the statistics from the game, where possession is fairly even, but we're having loads more shots than they are, although not many on target, which is unfortunate. We picked up a couple of yellow cards, and yeah, I would say that was disappointing. I'm going to have to tell them that such assertively. I'm not happy with your performance out there. That's motivated them. Hopefully that will wake them up for the second half. I'm not too concerned that we're under threat by Darmstadt particularly, because I don't think we are really, but we're just not convincing, are we, in terms of how we're playing at the moment. And I expect, even from this particular group of players, I expect much more from them than I'm getting. So we'll see whether that comes in the second half here, but already 66 minutes in, and it's not happening, is it? So we're going to have to go in and see if we can change a few things. Stefano, who I put in ahead of Bischler, even normally Bischler is in this position in this team, but I thought that today, being against some lower division opposition, we could put the likes of Votava, Wilson and Stefano in, who don't quite get as many games as others, but they are letting the side down a little bit, other than Wilson. So yeah, Stefano's going to come off and Bischler's going to come on. We are going to change Votava for Petrella and give him an opportunity, and then because Schweiger's also got a poor rating but also a yellow card, we're going to have to bring him off as well and put Gundogdu on, and the rest of them are just going to have to do a bit better than they are. Klunter is very fortunate to stay on, but I had other priorities then to shift the team about a bit. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Hopefully that's going to make a bit of a difference, and in the last sort of 15 minutes of the game, hopefully we can unlock a very stubborn defence and try and get a decent goal from it. But Mount on the edge of the box, flies wide, but a good corner kick routine that we worked on. So the corner comes into the edge of the box and Mount with a long shot, but on that occasion didn't quite get it on target. Mount again into Bischler, who drives forward to the edge of the box, has a pot shot but is blocked by the defence. Gundogdu picks it up on the right hand side, cuts again centrally to Saiki, back out wide right to Klunter, this time on the overlap. The cross comes in, finds Bischler on the edge of the box, and a decent save by the goalkeeper. Again, we're getting closer and closer. Good build-up play. I was very happy with that. Lots of decent passing and moving, and eventually found Bischler at the top of the box, but he couldn't quite provide the finish. And it's going to be a very disappointing 90 minutes. We go into extra time against some low division opposition, and I'm really not happy about that. So aggressively this time, we're going to say, shall I go, I'm not happy? No, we're going to go with a great opportunity to show the pundits they've been right to back you. But in an aggressive manner. Let's make them fully aware of what we're expecting from them, and go back into the game. But yeah, very, very disappointing to have been drawn out to extra time in a home leg against some fairly ordinary opposition. I mean, look, 28 shots on goal, and 2 for them, but only 6 on target for us. Possession stats have not been good. They're having more possession than I would like them to have. and just being very, very stubborn, it feels like, in terms of allowing us to get the opportunities at goal. Whilst our shots are going in, they're just not doing good enough. So second half already of extra time. Please tell me it's not going to be a lottery of penalties, because that really would be a problem if we went out there. But into the second half of extra time, and it's still very much like the first bit, isn't it? So we're going to change some stuff. Let's go into the tactics and see what we can change. I'm going to go to the Gegenpress. That's what we're going to do. So we'll shift that about and just move a couple of these players about a bit to get them into their right positions for the Gegenpress. And yeah, let's change him slightly. Don't know why that's there, but that's the way we want to play. Yeah. So that changes everything. More positive and slightly higher up the pitch and all sorts of important changes. So hopefully in the last few minutes we can find something that's going to get us through this very tricky game all of a sudden. But it's Darmstadt on the ball on their right hand side. We're pushing them back a little bit, which is positive, so they have to go long. Hopefully that means that we can collect the loose ball, which we can, and build up one last attack for ourselves. Go back to the goalkeeper, out wide left to DiMarco, who keeps the ball well and moves it onto Wilson. Again, a decent patient build up, but Wilson loose in the run with the ball and just pushes it too far ahead of himself, and Darmstadt eventually come back with the ball again. And but yeah, this is really interesting in terms of, what was that? It was interesting that I thought we were just going to play sort of you have a go, we have a go for a while towards the end of the game, but it didn't. We eventually did have an opportunity ourselves, but it was a very poor finish by Petrella. One more chance maybe. Bischler on the ball onto Mount, who continues to drive forward. Out to Gundogdu, takes on his defender and puts a decent enough ball in, but it's cleared. Second opportunity, cleared again, but Wilson picks up the loose ball and blocked again. They're really, really blocking and defending for their lives, aren't they, really, Darmstadt? And they come away with it, but Saiki is the brick wall in front of our defence and stops them getting through. And again, one last push to hopefully get one shot on goal that can unlock this game in the last stages of the match. And Klunter with the ball in. Petrella, nope. Good save by the goalkeeper. Good hands. Didn't get enough power on it. And look at this. They've taken us to a penalty shootout, for goodness sake. Right, I'm going to have to sort out the order for this, and we'll come back and watch the penalties in a second. So this is the order I've decided to go for. Mount, Wilson, Saiki, Petrella, Bischler are the top five. The one thing that I always do, and I don't know if it's superstition for me or whether it actually makes any difference, is I always put one of my best penalty takers at position 4. I feel it's always a key spot in the penalty shootout to get the fourth one right, just as they're potentially missing a shot themselves or whatever. That's what I've always done, and we'll see over the course of this particular shootout as to whether it makes a blind bit of difference or not. But you can see that Petrella is has got decent composure and finishing, so that's why I've got him at number 4. So let's go into the shootout and start praying, I guess. Oh dear, I can't believe it's come to this. But Mount steps up first off against the Darmstadt goalkeeper and takes his run up and puts it nicely wide right in the bottom corner. Very nice penalty, very good composure. And here we come for the first opportunity for Darmstadt to get their shot on target. Left-footed strike, and yes, lovely save by Ganso. Not a good penalty, was it? And it was easy for the goalkeeper. So Wilson gets an opportunity to continue good form in terms of the penalty shootout and keep us on top. And he does. Goalkeeper went the right way, but left-footed Wilson puts it into the back of the net. Tuchel comes up for Darmstadt against Ganso. Can Ganso continue good form and collect another one? Oh, he almost got there, but he didn't need to. I think it was off the post in the end, but we're in real good control here. Saiki, keep the good run going and get us into that next round. Good penalty, very calm, no problems, and I feel very comfortable at this point that we're going to go through, but it should never have got to this point, should it? So here we go again for Ganso. Can he make 3 out of 3 and keep it out? We'll have to see. Seguin is the next one for Darmstadt. Comes up to take the next penalty. Right-footed, it looks like. And here we go with his run-up. He comes up and blasts it into the back of the net, right into the roof of the net. Very, very powerful, good penalty kick. And Ganso didn't even bother moving on that occasion, knew that he was well beaten. So here we go for Petrella, his number 4. I told you that it's important to get the 4th one right. And he's going to get it wrong, isn't he? And prove me wrong on that one. But that's why I put him here, is the 4th one is key. If he gets this one, we're done. So here we go. Steps up and right-footed Petrella puts the ball in the back of the net, and there you go. 4th penalty, gets a decent opportunity to put the game out of Darmstadt's reach, and we eventually go through. But I'm really not happy with the performance. I'm going to let my assistant tell them that they were disappointing, and just make it clear to them that we expect more from them, which has fired some of them up, which is good. So we can come out of that particular game and forget it immediately and move forward, basically. We do win, but we needed a shootout. We've been awarded a few £100,000, which is good. Votava facing the confidence of crisis. Yeah, he's not finding the net, unfortunately, the youngster, whenever we give him an opportunity. But he'll come good, I have no doubt. If you go and look at his stats, he's got a decent amount of finishing. His composure is possibly letting him down, but he's got all round, he's not too bad, and he's only 19. Hasn't played a lot for us this season, so I'm not too worried just yet. But he isn't finding the net, which is unfortunate. And again, a similar style of issue with Petrella, who has come into the club since middle of last season and has got some decent statistics, hasn't he? Not statistics, they're not, are they? They're attributes. I know that I'm getting that wrong, I apologise. Attributes, he's got some decent attributes, but is not demonstrating that on the football pitch, which is disappointing. It's fortunate that some of our other players, like our wide men, are getting goals instead, really. But yeah, there we go. Interesting episode. Much harder work than I thought it was going to be. But that's Darmstadt done in the cup competition. As I say, in the next episode, we'll come back and play Bayern. In between time, we've got a couple of Bundesliga games, and then we play Utrecht again in the Europa League as well. So hopefully the form can continue. Form is brilliant. I'm so happy with this season. But we do have to guard a little bit against some complacency. So we're going to keep on them in the next couple of games to really produce. And hopefully by the time Bayern Munich come round, they're still sitting in about 9th place and looking a little bit miserable. And we can continue our good run at the top. So until then, thanks for joining me today. If you're enjoying the series, why not subscribe to the channel? That helps you keep up to date with the videos. If you enjoyed this particularly weird episode, really, then why not chuck a like on it for me? That helps me get seen by other people. But until next time, if you're playing Football Manager yourself, let me know how your save is going down in the comments below. Always interested to hear the stories of what's going on in your Football Manager world. But until next time, take care of yourselves. I will see you soon, and bye for now. Thanks very much for watching this episode of the United City Randomiser save. If you enjoyed the video, then why not click on the like button, as that would really help me. If you think you know anyone who would really enjoy my Football Manager content, then feel free to share this with them. But most importantly, if you would like to join my United City here on YouTube, then hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with my video releases. If you have anything you want to say about the United City save or the channel itself, then feel free to leave a comment below, but please try and be nice with each other. That'll do for today, so until next time, stay happy and healthy, and I will see you soon.